I seriously don't get it. I do not get why so many bars screw this drink up. It is one of the easiest drinks to make, and I'm about to make it for you today, and I am talking about the Negroni. Welcome everyone, fellow drinkers, imbibers of alcohol. My name is Rudy and this is Voodoo Cocktails, and today we are going to be making one of my favorite drinks. This would be the Negroni. The drink wasn't called the Negroni at first, it was called a gin Americano. The cool thing about this drink is it's got a pretty cool history to it. Back in 1919 is where this drink originated at a cafe in Florence, Cafe Cassoni, Cafe Cassoni. Cafe Cassoni used to be frequented by a guy named Count Camillo Negroni. Count Camillo Negroni, I guess, was having a bad day and he wanted a stiffer drink on, and there's a jet going by, sweet, right during my video, okay. Anyway, so Count Camillo Negroni used to drink, well, his regular drink was an Americano, not the coffee drink, but it was an alcoholic drink. It's a liqueur, a very sweet drink that did contain Campari and a Vermouth, and a sweet Vermouth. But instead of the gin, it had soda water. And so this was his regular drink, and then one day he walked in and said, hey, I need a stiffer drink on my usual. So the bartender at that time, bartender's name, not that it's super important, but I think it's cool, a guy named Fosco Scaselli. Fosco Scaselli was his bartender, and he said, I got you. So then what he did was he exchanged the soda water for gin. So he threw gin in there, and then the Americano also has a lemon rind in it, but he decided to, make it different for the Count, so he decided to use an orange instead. What they found out was that this drink was amazing when you added gin and when you added an orange. So that became the drink, so the Count loved it, and so everyone in town started loving it. Then, probably about 5 years later, the Count's family, the Negroni family, actually started a distillery in 1924, I believe, and they started making a ready-to-drink version of the Negroni. And so that's kind of the unique history on that. I think it's pretty cool. Also, on the Americano, that drink used to be called Mito, M-I-T-O. That was named after the twin cities of Milano and Torino. And so that was actually the original name of the Americano, but after World War I, a lot of Americans started drinking that drink and they decided to change the name. So they changed it to Americano, and then so that became the name of that drink. So anyway, all right, so let's get to it. Let's make the Negroni. I almost didn't want to do this video because the drink's so simple, but since so many bars screw this thing up, I thought it'd be best that we do this drink as one of the first drinks on the channel because, it just needs to be. So anyway, so the proportions are simple. 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of Vermouth, and 1 ounce of gin. It doesn't get any more basic than that, which is why I still don't understand. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna start out with the forged gin. Ooh, new bottle. Forged gin I like to use with this drink. Another good one is, believe it or not, Tanqueray 10. Not regular Tanqueray, do not even drink that stuff. Tanqueray 10, however, for some weird reason it works really well with a Negroni, in my opinion. And so, yeah, that's another good one too. There are so many other gins out there to play with. just make sure that the gin is on the drier side because it does work with the sweetness and the bitterness of the vermouth and the Campari. So let's get to it. So we're gonna go with, I'm gonna start with the gin. So we're gonna go with 1 ounce of forged gin. And then 1 ounce, make sure your pours are proper. Don't mess with the ratios on this. Now, there are, with some of my friends, they do like to go gin heavy. And so gin heavy is cool. I actually don't mind it. However, in having numerous Negronis, I believe that the basic ratio of 1-1-1 is still the best. However, if you do like more gin in your drink, then what you can do, a more current version of this drink, they'll go 3/4 vermouth, 3/4 Campari, and 1.5 of the gin. However, when I had it that way, I didn't like it. What I would do is stick with 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1.5. So that, if you want to go more gin heavy, keep the same 1 ounce, 1 ounce on the Campari and the vermouth, and I believe it'll taste better. So anyway, all right, let's get to Campari. So Campari is a bittery liqueur, okay? It is an aperitif, so it will help with your appetite. And most people think, you know, drink a Negroni before a meal, which I would agree. However, you can even drink this with a meal, and it's still good. It's it's one of those versatile drinks. So we're gonna go 1 ounce of the Campari. 1 ounce. That's it. That's all you do. Campari. And then last but not least is the sweet vermouth. I'm going to use Kochi on this. Kochi is definitely one of my favorite vermouths. There is another good one called the Antica. Antica is a great one to use with this also. The only, I wouldn't say issue, but in compared with Kochi, they both have great flavors to it, but the Antica is slightly sweeter. And I don't like drinks that sweet, so I tend to not go with Antica unless I'm using a very strong gin or a very cutty gin. So, but with this one, Ford's has got, you know, that nice grapefruit floral essence to it, and this one just, I think, brings it out nicely. So, okay, now we go 1 ounce of the Kochi. There it is. Drop that bad boy in. There we go. And I look at the color on this. It does look pretty good. Now we're gonna go with, now I go with crushed ice. Of course, I don't have crushed ice, and I'm going to attempt to break this again. But let's see. I don't know. Crushed ice is definitely, there we go. Nice. Crushed ice, I think, works better with this. Some people, or some, actually throw this in a mixing glass. Yep, I suck at this. So, there we go. More. There we go. Okay, let me break that up more. There we go. All right, so, jeez, I am horrible at this. God, getting ice everywhere. Girl's gonna kill me. Okay. All right, so there's that, and we got nice crushed ice in there. Okay, kind of crushed. Anyway, jeez. All right, we have crushed ice. Now we just stir. And again, feel the glass as you stir. Put that over there. Feel the glass as you stir. Once it starts getting cold, that's when you stop. Oh yeah, this one looks pretty good. I can tell by the color. And we just do that. There we go. Excellent. Now, last but not least is your orange rind. Now the orange rind, this one was just originally put in there for, you know, for aesthetics, not aesthetics, but like I said, when the Americano was, you know, normally made, it had a lemon. The only reason why Scaselli changed it was because he wanted it to look different. But what they didn't know at the time was that the orange rind actually brought out the Campari very well. And of course, it cuts a lot of the sweetness. Well, not a lot of the sweetness, but it cuts some of the sweetness of the vermouth. So anyway, so we're going to boom, boom, boom. All right, and then we just wipe it around the rim, just like that. And then drop it in. And there we have your Negroni. That is delicious, I must say. Not patting myself on the back too much, but this one is proper, I will go on to say. And wow, this one is good. So really nice, like I was saying earlier on the Colche, really nice sweetness on the Colche. But not too sweet like the Antica. However, if you like drinks a little sweeter, less bittery, then go with the Antica. Antica Vermouth is excellent. I will say another version that was good. I hadn't had it in a while, but I remember it adding a really unique taste to the Negroni, and that is using Put de Messe. Put de Messe is also a vermouth that you know, has, I believe, a little bit more of a licoricey kind of taste. Don't fully quote me on that. It's been a while since I had it, but I remember it did taste a little different than this. And it's another version you can use and use it for other drinks as well that added to the uniqueness to it. But with this one, yeah, really nice balanced sweetness on this and bitterness from the Campari. And the Fords, it doesn't overpower the drink where you get this huge gin hit with it. Let me taste again. Yeah, I get that nice floral finish on this one with grapefruit up on the front, and so works well with the vermouth and the Campari. Such a well-balanced drink, and yeah, why people mess this up, it's beyond me. Make it just like how I just did it, and you will not go wrong. And yeah, so thanks again for watching, everybody, and enjoy your proper Negroni. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.